Hi everyone, Sabrina from Campbell's Freedom Farm. Okay, I just picked some of our last tomatoes because it's almost fall. And I wanted to go over an experiment that I did. You didn't know about this experiment because I wanted to see what the end results are. So, based on the history of the Aztecs, the tomato was first cultivated in South America, which is where they think the tomato plant came from, around 700 AD. And then around the 16th century, the Spanish took it back to Europe as an ornamental plant. It was the size of a pea. Can you believe these were the size of a pea? But going back to the subject. So the tomato plant, every year people says, okay, our tomato plant is dying back. It's the end of the summer. But if they're talking about an indeterminate plant, that's a perennial. It should not die back at the end of the year. The problem is, an indeterminate plant doesn't like any temperatures over 85 because remember, South America, jungle-ish, you know, it's tropical. Not jungle-ish, but tropical. So, and it will stop coloring properly if it's above 85. If it's above 95, it'll stop growing, and that's what we see late August, early September. It's, you know, our temperatures in the Midwest could be, you know, at 100, and you put the heat index, it's above that. So, right now though, the temperatures at night, 55 to 75, which is perfect for a nighttime temperature for a tomato. So my theory was I'm going to plant some of the indeterminate tomatoes under a tree that the sun still shines on it. You know, it's not a big tree, and you'll see it outside. I'm going to take you out there and show you that they'll do better in the long run. And I'm also putting some in with my asparagus and let them grow on the ground because they're actually meant for that. They're just a vine. They just would vine around. Remember, these are perennials that could grow, I don't know, 20 feet. If you go to Disney, not Disneyland, but Disney World, they have the largest tomato tree, even though it's a vine, but they helped it up. And it produces 32,000 pounds of tomatoes. You'll have to recheck. That's on my earlier video. I'll link it. You should watch that. So what I did, I put the tomatoes on the ground, and it had some shade from, you know, the asparagus because it, you know, it branches out. It's almost like a fernish kind of plant. Up the tree. Now, the ones that were facing the sun did the best. And then I had all the other ones right by it in the sun. So it was crazy. I have this raccoon, and I also have this possum, groundhog, whatever. I have it all. So I've been trying to trap them. I'm going to let you know the results of that too. But basically, the ones by the tree, they didn't mess with as much. So I think what happened is, because it's looking for a little more sun, it shot up really quickly. And so there were no lower tomatoes. The ones in the cage, I swear, the minute they saw that cage that I wrapped around, that meant, oh, climb that. Okay, the other thing is, remember the video I did on the aphids that attacked my tomato plants? The only plant it didn't attack was the ones growing in the shade. The ones in the sun, it really went for. And I did get it back under control with my video that I showed you on the steps to get rid of them. Now the ones on the ground, they just now got aphids. So I think I got rid of them off the ones in the sun, and then they just kind of didn't know that was there. But overall, the ones on the tree are still growing. They look great. They look like a perennial plant. The ones in the sun look like they've been drugged through the road. I mean, they're horrible looking. So, but let me take you out there and show you what I was talking about. It was a fun experiment, and I'm gonna make some sauce out of this. Not an ornamental pea. All right, these are the ones planted under the tree, and it's mid-September, and the nights are going cooler, but these are still producing heavily, and some of them are really going close to 6 foot. Well, it is 6 foot. And they have no problem climbing these ropes. So, and they've done really good. Which is interesting is, remember, the ones in the sun, oh, look at my great white, are pretty much done. The heat really affected them. They're still producing, but their leaves and growth just don't look good. And the ones in the sun had the aphids. The ones in the shade did not. So I'm not sure why. Now the ones on the ground that I just let run, they're also producing, but it looks like they got hit. I could see the aphids, which is funny because really they're more in the sun. So the experiment worked well this year for me. The ones with a little shade did better. Now remember, the sun really hits this during the day, so they still get the sun to ripen. But remember, an indeterminate tomato likes nights between 55 to 75 and days around 85 and below, not the hot summers that the Midwest has. And it would actually hurt them if they go way above. As you could see, they quit growing properly when it's above 100. So, all right, that's the end of the experiment. I'm going to try it several times next year, and I'll let you know how it goes. Have a great day, and please subscribe, like, and share.